a very standard opening steering wheel shot, but actually we're in a different car. We're in my father's car, which is back, by the way. I don't think I ever actually mentioned that on the vlog. It's back. I'm gonna hand this off to you. It's only been back for a few days. We're gonna put down the windows real quick because we are going to go make a quick trip to the ice place because as today's random fun fact of the day, it is National Iced Tea Day. Right?
Yep.
At least according to, well, is that your father's calendar?
That is my father's calendar. My father has a calendar of all of like the random holidays that he knows about. So he put National Donut Day on there, National Iced Tea Day.
And speaking of your father, very convenient segue, your parents are up on their way to meet us. Now, obviously, I've met your parents before, and you obviously live here, so you've met my parents. But, well, this is the first time our parents have actually met. By the way, the only reason we're taking this car is because we needed to move it, and I'm only going to the ice place. And I did not really feel like making a giant hubbub about moving cars around just to go to the ice place. And I've never taken you to the ice place, which is why you're coming along.
Yep.
Because you've never actually been to see the wonders that it is the ice place. And by wonders, I mean how simple it is, because it's really just, it's actually a really nice place, and I think I've recommended them a whole bunch before. I forget what it's called, but it's just on 13, or not on 13, it's on State Road in Andalusia. And the only thing they do is ice. And it's self-serve, even when there's nobody there. And all you have to do is just leave. They trust their customers to leave money in the drop box. And it's a very, very wonderful place. And if you live here, go support them. Good Lord, they deserve it. You need something for a party? Yep, go do it. So that's what we're off to today. Other than that, we've actually been cleaning like basically all morning. Just to kind of get the house ready. Because another thing that's happening, I guess a little bit tomorrow, which we didn't actually get to cover yesterday, I don't think. I might be mistaken on this, but you are moving out tomorrow.
Yep.
You are at least mostly officially coming here to live with us starting tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah. No more dorm access after tomorrow. That's why our parents are coming up, because they're coming up. They're actually, I think, staying at the hotel that's in Andalusia that we just passed. And so they're going to come up here. They're going to stay overnight in the hotel. I think we're going out to either lunch or dinner, depending on what time they get up here.
Yep.
Which we're probably going to the dining car, by the way, which is another Philadelphia wonder. A little bit on the pricey side, but a pretty good diner nonetheless. It's not the greatest diner ever, and I know there's vlog viewers actually who don't really like the dining car that much, and believe you me, I know your opinion, but like, because there's of course a million good diners in Pennsylvania, because we're Pennsylvania. But so that's the plan for the moment. And that's what we're off to. And also another piece of topic, and a little bit, I guess, in the way of history of the vlog that's going to be going away soon, is that older vlog viewers, especially for like the season 1 era, before I traded in my Buick to go get the Taurus, might recall that I drove another car, the little black Volvo, and it's been in a few vlogs, like in the more recently season, like 2 essentially, season 2 and 3, but it was really more of a player in season 1, because, well, for those of you who don't know, I traded in the car between the seasons to upgrade to the Taurus that is now seen in most vlogs today. But the what do you call it? The Volvo is kind of on its last legs, because my sister, who's a full-time driver now, has been failing it. My sister was not a full-time driver back before, actually even before I left for Los Angeles. I guess it did play a little bit of a role in season 2 when I was having some car trouble with the Taurus, but the Taurus has been treating me mostly well, which is why I've been sticking mostly to it. And the Buick, if you recall, it was not that good of a car. But anyway, I'm rambling way off topic here. The Taurus is kind, or not the Taurus is fine. The Volvo is kind of on its last legs. And my sister might be trading it in at some point soon. So, yeah. Which is kind of sad a little bit, because it's played more of a role in my history than the vlog history, because the Volvo, we've had it a little bit longer since before the start of the vlog, because the Volvo was my first car. And also, of course, it's my sister's first car. So as much of a shit car as it is, it still holds its place in my heart, because it was my first car. Even though it was the car that lit on fire that one time while I was trying to drive it home. You know, even though we've had all the stupid problems with it. I mean, I think that's the stupidest example I can come up with. But
I didn't even realize it lit on fire.
Okay, yeah, that's a story from way before the vlog. I think that's a junior year of high school story. One of my friends named Mike, not one of the Mikes that's been on the vlog recently. I haven't seen him in like forever, but he lives kind of up near us. And I used to actually drive him to school junior year because he was significantly younger than I. And, well, not significantly younger, but like 5 months younger than I or so. And he lived up here, so I'd actually give him a ride to school every day. And there was one day we were leaving school, and my car had a visor like this one up here, but it was actually off and in the center because there was a problem with it and it just kept falling off. And it was a really sunny day, kind of like this actually. And Mike decided to put it on. It was on the passenger side, and he put it on. And there was actually wires up there, and it wound up like shorting out the car. And before we knew it, like just smoke was pouring out of my my ventilation system. And we had to pull over. Yeah, it like shorted out the electric and all the lights, and it was a pain in the butt. But actually, I just wound up exchanging the fuse, and I have pictures of that fuse somewhere. I'm not going to find them for this, just because I don't actually know where they are. I know they're hidden very deeply somewhere, of like a burnt out fuse that was in the car that was you know, I guess responsible for probably saving the thing from legitimately bursting into flames. Bursting into flames was a little bit of a generous thing because it didn't actually burst into flames. It was just a lot of smoke. Yeah.
It's fun.
And that's my first car for you. Obviously, the Taurus runs a lot better. Even though it's a very bland car, it does its job very nicely, and I can't complain about it. And while the Buick ran like a dream for the most part, the Buick had its share of problems, mostly with the heating and cooling systems. And this isn't even my car at all, which is the perfect place for a rant about cars. But yeah, so I guess eventually you will be having to say your last wishes to the Volvo, because the Volvo is going to be with us no longer. Eventually it will be getting probably traded in for something I'm not sure what yet, but that is it. Anyway, we are actually approaching real quick here on the ice place, which is coming up immediately, or not immediately, but a little bit to our right. It's White Oak Ice is the name of it. And you can actually see it from the train. We're gonna go get some ice because, as we started to mention, today is National Iced Tea Day, and why would we want to not participate in a holiday like that? Let's go get some ice. Well, that's everything you brought, or your parents brought for us. It's late at night now, as you can't tell by the fact that the shade is closed, but just take my word for it, it's late at night. It's, well, not super late, it's like 11 o'clock. But your parents got here. It went pretty well as far as I can tell. Right? I think it went pretty well. We went out to dinner. They stayed for a while. We have some like dessert breakfast for tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, well, I guess I should say real quick, they're actually staying in the hotel that's like just over there. So they're like literally not more than a block from where we are today. So they're staying over there. It's 11 o'clock, so we're probably going to hit the hay, go to bed soon, because that seems like a decent idea. And, well, after that, tomorrow, well, obviously we're on to tomorrow. Tomorrow, they're coming back here fairly early, because tomorrow is still kind of a big day for us, because we've got to move her out. So her parents and I'm going to take the van, her parents are going to take her car. We're going to unload everything from their dorm room. We're going to check her out, like move her officially out. And then from there, her parents are going back down to where she lives. My parents I'm bringing the van back here. And we're going to come back, and we both have work we need to do tomorrow on things like, well, I mean, I guess this technically, but also my paper, because I would really like to get at least most of my paper done for tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, I think now's a good point to say, well, things went well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, where we'll try to do something. Let's try to do a lot of things, actually.